Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Jujutsu Kaisen. Last time around we had Ryomen Sukuna, I believe is what it was called, where basically we were introduced to our main protagonist, Yuji Itadori, and how he basically got caught up in a whole thing of curses and such. So there was a weird curse thing attacking his buddies at the school, and he encountered someone named Fushiguro, and then we also learned that Yuji has ridiculous strength somehow. I think it was something like because he held on to like a curse or something, like it's like a side effect. I don't fully remember, but yeah, how many times can I say yeah and but in the same sentence? I don't know. The moment I start thinking about how I talk, the moment it all falls apart. So, Yuji was battling a cursed man thing, and then he had the finger of, I guess, Ryomen Sukuna, and then he ate it. And then he got possessed, but he's also slightly in control of his body. So, yeah, it's kind of where we left it, I guess. So, that was a terrible recap of the first episode, I'm sure, but oh well. But that's pretty much it. So, like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Here we go. Alrighty. Episode 2. Episode 2, now we're getting into it. Alrighty, we have our goal right out the gate. Honestly, this does kind of feel like JoJo, where, like, that was always a common thing in every part of JoJo, is very quickly figuring out, like, okay, what do we need to do in this part, you know? Part 1, defeat Dio. Part 2, straight so and repercussions of the stone mask. Part 3, it's Dio again. Kind of falls apart after part 4. Part 5, reform the mafia. Jujutsu Kaisen, eat a bunch of fingers. It's finger licking good, I tell you. Finger licking good. Like seriously, I hope that does become a thing. Like, he carries, like, condiments with him, so that when he does get another piece of Sukuna, that he gets it, like, prepares it. Can he, I can just imagine, it's like, alright, now you gotta eat that piece of Sukuna. He gets, like, a table with, a tablecloth. He's got a napkin over him. He's got, some cutlery. Delicious. Maybe try it with a bit of ranch. I mean, seriously, there's got to be something. Can you put a little salt on it? I don't know. There's got to be a way of making those fingers tastier. I don't know. Can you deep fry it? Will you still be able to absorb it that way? I don't know. But we have our goal. We have to absorb all 20 fingers of Ryomen Sukuna, and at that point, Yuji will be executed, and Sukuna will be destroyed. The curse of Sukuna will end with Yuji's death. Which, there's a part of me that, man, I kind of hope they have the balls to do that, you know? Like, I know I'm pretty sure the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen is currently airing, and obviously it's going to be a while before we catch up to that. But I don't know, how long this story is gonna go, you know? So I hope that at the end of this, they do kind of have the balls to be like, okay, and now Yuji dies, you know? Now, I might change my mind on that by the end of this, you know? I might change my mind if, because who knows what's going to happen between now and the end of this series, you know? I'm just now getting into it, you know? But at the same time, I am kind of sitting here like, well, but that would be cool. That would be cool if they had the balls to be like, yeah. And if it was a thing of like, Yuji is totally cool with it. Like, not just that, oh well, they just kill him, but if it was a thing like I don't know, maybe it's like, oh, his friends, they want to find another way, and he's like, no, this is what I signed up for, I don't know, but that would be interesting. That would be an interesting thing if that is how the story ended. But we'll have to see. But we have our goal, and we have now made it into Tokyo Jujutsu High, which is pretty cool. So yeah, really nice stuff. I like. I'll be curious to get more of this school. I think that's really cool. Again, does kind of remind me of Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man a bit, where it's like, you have these sort of, like, a bit of Demon Slayer with, like, the ancient curses and the monsters and stuff, but also just, like, I don't know, like, the attitude of Yuji, and just, like, there's just something about it that also just kind of reminds me of Chainsaw Man, and I guess sort of, like, the pieces of Sukuna resonating with each other does remind me of, like, the pieces of the Gun Devil, So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, and then we had our chat with the principal, which I did kind of want to look up his voice. I don't know if it's going to be difficult. I don't even know his name, so I'm probably just going to end up calling him the principal more often than not. Okay. So, what is his name? Keith Silverstein. Best known for Robert E.O. Speedwagon in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Hell yeah. That's pretty great. And the Deep Sea King in One Punch Man. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Did I look up... KG Tang. Yeah, I looked that up. Okay. Okay, good. So we remember that. I did look that up last episode, so... Okay, yeah, the voice of Speedwagon. I mean, I wouldn't hear it because, his voice as Speedwagon is very different from anything else. God blimey, I won't let you touch that gentleman, It's very different, but it's good to hear him again. Haven't heard that guy in a while, so yeah, so that was good. I like it makes sense that he would be tested as to why he's actually joining, because it's not just a thing of like, oh, well, gotta do it, It's like, okay, you have to have real drive, real determination, And so I like that. It definitely, it kind of gives me a little bit of Spider-Man vibes, where it's like, it's sort of with great power comes great responsibility. It's like he can't, sit by, because if he stops and thinks for a second, he's going to be like, I could have done something, But I like how he ends it with, he wants to die without any regrets, So that was really good. So yeah, I like that. I like the little doll that he brought to life to beat the shit out of Yuji. That was fun. But that was a good talk. I enjoyed that. Some Levi vibes. Live a life with no regrets. And yeah, just it's still like it's always just interesting just listening to Yuji. Like his attitude is just really interesting. Again, it kind of reminds me of Denji, but at the same time, like Denji would not care. Like Denji wouldn't care about any of this. But I don't know. There's just something about Yuji. It's like he's so very matter of fact. Like when they say it's like, oh, you have to actually do this, and like he brings up a couple points and he's like, oh damn, those are some good points. Okay, let me think about that. Like I don't know, there's just something like he's almost like stubbornly not stubborn, like I feel like most people would get kind of emotional and everything, and Yuji is just like, no, like I guess that's it, is he doesn't get like super emotional in the heat of stuff, he's just like, oh, okay, well, let me think about this. Okay, well, here's what I would say, so I don't know how to describe it, but it is really interesting. And then yeah, we got the dorm, nice dorm. We got the other first year being Fushiguro, and then now the third of the first years being this young lady that we got a little preview for here at the end. So So yeah, it'll be interesting. I hope it's a good, fun, dynamic team. I can already see, speaking of Chainsaw Man, like I can kind of see Yuji and Fushiguro kind of being like a Denji and Aki of this group. Like I kind of like that. So yeah, that's good. And then probably maybe one of the highlights of this episode, I think, is just Gojo. I knew Gojo was a really popular character, but I mean, yeah, like of course he is. Like this dude is awesome, you know? He's just cool. He's just fun. He's interesting, and I don't know. There's just something about his vibe. It's just really, really good, you know? So I really enjoyed him. Any interaction with him. I hope we get more of him, definitely. But yeah, but I really enjoyed him. He was definitely a highlight. And yeah, good stuff. We have our plan. We have our, outline for the series basically. And I assume that I don't know. I guess this could be like, because we have 18 more to go, 18 more fingers to go. I guess it's possible that this will just be a one season thing, but I feel like this is what the whole series is going after the pieces of Sukuna. So, but yeah, good stuff. I'm excited. I'm ready to see more of it. So, it's one of those things where it's like after the first episode, I liked it. I really did. But I don't think I was quite hooked yet, And I think now that we have like a plan of what we're going to be doing, we're going after the pieces of Sukuna for Yuji to eat so that we will eventually kill him and destroy Sukuna. And I think because we have that plan now, I'm like 1,000% more hooked, basically. And again, I enjoyed the first episode a lot, but now I'm like, okay, we have a plan. I know where we're going, and I'm sure there's going to be twists and turns. Obviously, I probably don't know where we're going, but I have a general idea, and so now I'm hooked. I'm ready. Let's go. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Jujutsu Kaisen reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.